Welcome to my bold and beautiful Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video thumbs up. Carter confronts Hope about Liam and Brooke, gives Ridge unexpected news. At Forrester, Brooke and Hope embrace. Brooke gushes about her daughter telling her last night that Steffi hired her back. Ridge walks in and Brooke exclaims, "Isn't this wonderful? Hope got rehired." Ridge didn't even know this was being considered and asks, "What changed?" Hope knows it must seem sudden, but she and Steffi decided they had wasted enough time being at odds with one another. Brooke thinks it's incredible. Ridge agrees that it's moving in the right direction. Hope says it's not the only relationship she would like to try to rebuild. Hope tells Ridge that she and Carter went too far. They went about things entirely wrong, and I'm trying to make it right. She's hoping to regain his trust. Ridge always cared for her and she's been a great asset. He likes her new self-awareness. Hope is seeing things in a different light lately. Ridge muses, so is Steffi it turns out. Brooke asks if Carter knows she's back at Forrester. Hope says they haven't spoken yet. Brooke urges her to tell him. Hope picks up her phone. New life in pics. Scott Clifton's son Ford. Hope reaches out to Carter. At Carter's loft, he flashes to Hope telling Liam she wants a future with him. He closes his eyes and grimaces. Looking at a photo of her on his phone, he flashes back some more and grimaces again. Moving to the kitchen, Carter sees Hope is calling and answers. She tells him she has news and wants to talk. He asks her to come to the loft so they can discuss it face to face. Hope says she'll be right over. At Forrester, Hope disconnects and tells Brooke and Ridge it will be nice to share some good news for a change. Once she leaves, Brooke and Ridge go over the news of Steffi rehiring Hope. Brooke's relieved their animosity is over. Hope was happy to come into work this morning. She thanks Ridge for his support. He tells her to thank Steffi. She will do that. He admits he's surprised by this. Why now? Why bury the hatchet now? What happened? Brooke thinks it's miraculous. She suggests they make it a trend and work things out as well. Brooke Ridge B&B. Good news on two fronts. At the Cliff House, Steffi and Finn kiss good morning. He got in after she fell asleep last night. Steffi brings up Liam's scans and says she's praying for good news. Liam walks in and tells her, "Yeah, well, don't stop." She asks him what the doctor said. Liam said the scan said no change, so no go. It's going to be the death of him. Steffi asks him to stop. He doesn't have to put on a brave face. Liam was hoping for a miracle, but it doesn't seem it's in the cards. Liam B&B. Steffi tells Liam that she spoke to Hope last night. She's pretty broken up. Liam complains that he doesn't want them being sad all the time. He worries about doing this to the girls. Steffi assures him they'll get through this. She reveals that she and Hope have patched things up based on having some things in common, including their love for him. Liam's overcome. "I never thought I would hear you say that." Steffi says they're doing it for him. And they're little girls. They're determined to end the stupid rivalry. More details on B&B's upcoming shoot in Italy. Liam can't even believe it's real. Steffi reiterates that she and Hope want to make peace. They understand what's truly important now and want to make him happy. Liam tells her they're both amazing. He felt responsible for their conflict. Steffi reminds them they're adults. The drama was because of their own choices. They'll work to put it behind them. Steffi says they're trying to create the kind of relationship Liam wants them to have. They go over Liam spending as much time with his daughters as he can get. Suddenly, Finn gets a text and frowns. Steffi asks, "What is it?" Finn says Dr. Buckingham wants to discuss options for Liam. Steffi gasps. Is he saying there's a chance for Liam? Liam Steffi Finn B&B. Reunited. At Carter's loft, he flashes to Hope and Liam one more time as she knocks on the door. He opens it and thanks her for coming. Hope's glad he invited her. He blurts, "You have news." Hope tells him she's back at Forrester. Stunned, he asks, "You're back?" Hope says she and Steffi had a wonderful conversation and decided to support each other. Carter's surprised but happy for her. He asks what happened. She says it was a change in perspective. Life can be short and unpredictable. Why waste time? Something Liam reminded us of. Carter's face falls as he realizes Liam got them to make things right. Is that all you want to share, Hope? He wonders if there's anything she wants to tell him regarding Liam. Carter Hope B&B. More. Is Daphne out? Hope asks Carter if he's heard something. She doesn't know what to say. Carter tells Hope that Daphne warned him that she would break his heart, that he was a diversion and she'll end up back with Liam. Hope stammers as he continues that he explains he went back to her mom's to see her yesterday. She guesses she missed him. Carter says, "You were there. You were busy with Liam." Hope nods. "You saw us." Carter overheard everything she said to him. How much she wants to be there for him. That he is the man for you. Hope shakes her head. Carter. He fumes that Daphne was right. "I'm a fool." Hope tells him he's not a fool. "You're amazing and I have missed you so much." She's hated being apart from him. Carter, it's you. You're the man I want to be with. Carter wears a perplexed expression on his face as Hope throws her arms around him. Carter's in for a big surprise. The bold and the beautiful reveal Carter feeling foolish and Ridge feeling confused. Guess what, Carter? Carter Walton is still oblivious to the fact that Liam Spencer is dying, and that's why Hope Logan weepily told Liam that she just wants to be with him for the rest of his life. And Hope has no clue that Carter overheard part of that conversation and took Daphne Rose back to his apartment. So, when Hope seeks out Carter with news, Carter is in a bit of shock. Didn't Hope just tell Liam she wanted nothing to do with Carter? Why is she coming to him now? It makes no sense. Well, she is about to drop a bomb on Carter after a long talk with Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Read this. The bold and the beautiful from sulking to surprising Brooke's day takes a dramatic shift. Hope and Steffi have actually made amends. With those amends comes some big news that will shake up Forrester Creations. Is Hope about to inform Carter what her talk with Steffi resulted in, or is he about to learn why Hope really said all those words to Liam? Either way, it will all come as quite a shock to his system. Ridge is perplexed. Ridge Forrester also has no idea that Liam is living his last days. So when Steffi comes to him with a brand new attitude about Hope, he wants to know what the heck is going on. The last he heard, Steffi never wanted to see Hope in the building again. Her line was gone and the company had no use for Brooke Logan's youngest daughter. So what's changed? That's what Ridge wants to know. How can Steffi suddenly want Hope back when nothing major happened to prompt this new attitude? Will Steffi tell her dad that Liam is dying? She already blabbed the news to Hope and to Taylor Hayes, so what's one more at this point? Steffi could use all the support she can get, so it might make sense to bring Ridge in on this little secret. Carter's grim discovery, Steffi's failure, Hope's bombshell. The bold and the beautiful are in for tomorrow's episode. Fans can expect Hope Logan to share news with Carter Walton. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester doesn't believe Steffi Forrester Finnegan's turnaround regarding Hope. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Daphne Rose's bold move. Let's begin with Daphne Rose. Fans know that the nose is at Carter's loft, getting ready to comfort him over Hope. However, it sounds like their little encounter will be interrupted by Hope herself. Fans know that after overhearing a conversation between Hope and Liam Spencer, Carter got the wrong idea to read more. Find out what happened on the last episode of B&B. Instead of confronting Hope right then and there, Carter went to spend time with Daphne. What could possibly go wrong or get misunderstood? Hope Logan's bombshell. Things are starting to get a bit better for Hope. After learning of Liam's diagnosis, Steffi went to Hope to offer a truce. One way Steffi decided to do this was by offering Hope her job back. It was just the ticket and Hope was overwhelmed with the proposition. Hope eagerly accepted, and Steffi reminded her that they need to stick together. Steffi Forrester Finnegan's announcement. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for tomorrow reveal that Steffi will now need to tell others at FC about her decision. How will Eric Forrester take the news? I think Eric will be just fine with Hope coming back. I'm not too sure about Ridge though. During the takeover, a lot of harsh words were exchanged between Hope and Ridge. While Hope seems to be in a forgiving mood, Ridge might not be feeling as forgiving. Ridge will also have serious doubts that Steffi just woke up one day and decided to forgive Hope. Even though Brooke Logan will be thrilled for Hope, she might also be suspicious. Steffi told Taylor Hayes about Liam's diagnosis and asked her to keep it from Ridge. So that could be what breaks Tridge and reunites Bridge. Must read. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Finn's doubts grow as Steffi makes a shocking decision. Ridge Forrester baffled. This could also bring up some other issues between Ridge and Steffi. Remember back when Eric and Ridge made a deal with Carter? Steffi had a big issue with them not coming to her first. So, I wonder if Ridge will make a big deal about Hope returning to FC. In the latest bombshell-laden arc of The Bold and the Beautiful, the emotionally charged revelations, fractured loyalties, and mounting misunderstandings converge into a swirling storm of interpersonal chaos heartbreak, and Hope pun fully intended as Carter confronts Hope about her complicated entanglement with Liam, while Brooke surprises Ridge with unexpected developments that not only rattle Forrester creations but threaten to upend personal and professional alliances alike. The storyline unfurls at Forrester Creations with a heartfelt reunion between Brooke and her daughter Hope, who glowingly shares that she's been rehired by Steffi, news that stuns Ridge, who was not even aware that reconciliation between the once bitter rivals was on the table. Hope explains, with a blend of humility and resolve, that both she and Steffi realize that their prolonged animosity served no purpose and that they've chosen to bury the hatchet, largely motivated by a shared concern for Liam's worsening condition, a fact Ridge remains frustratingly oblivious to. Brooke, ever the optimist when it comes to familial healing, is thrilled at the thawing of tensions and gently nudges Hope to share the news with Carter, subtly reminding her that resolution also requires confronting past mistakes and mending bridges that were prematurely burned. Hope obliges and reaches out to Carter, who, alone in his loft and still tormented by his suspicions about her emotional allegiance, receives the call with mixed feelings, already haunted by overhearing Hope's intimate and tearful words to Liam in which she seemingly pledged her heart to him during a moment heavy with mortality and unspoken finality. When Hope arrives, she's upbeat, eager to share her professional victory and hint at a fresh start, but Carter, still seething from perceived betrayal and Daphne's stinging warning that he was merely a detour on Hope's inevitable path back to Liam, cuts straight to the heart of the matter, asking whether there's more to her visit than office updates. The tension thickens as Carter reveals he overheard her emotional conversation with Liam, noting the way she spoke of her undying love and devotion to the dying man, words that pierced him like daggers and made Daphne's bitter prophecy feel painfully accurate. Hope, blindsided, tries to explain, to clarify that her bond with Liam stems not from romantic confusion but from compassion and shared history, especially given his terminal condition, a fact Carter, notably, still does not know. Hope's eyes well up as she tries to convey the gravity of what Liam is facing, that her closeness to him in his final days isn't a sign of romantic recommitment, but a moral obligation and a heart's instinct to care for someone slipping through her fingers. But the damage may already be done. Carter, disillusioned and heartsick, hears what he believes is just another echo of his role as Hope's second choice, the safety net she runs to only when the man she truly loves becomes unavailable. Still, just when the conversation teeters toward irreparable fallout, Hope throws a curveball, professing that she has missed Carter deeply and wants to be with him, not Liam. Her words are laden with sincerity, yet Carter's expression remains clouded with uncertainty, caught in the dissonance between what he overheard and what she's now proclaiming. Meanwhile, back at Forrester Creations, Brooke and Ridge discuss the sudden reemergence of Hope at the company and Steffi's complete turnaround in attitude. Ridge, ever the skeptic when it comes to emotional reversals, is visibly baffled by Steffi's apparent about-face, especially given the harshness with which she exiled Hope from the company not long ago. Brooke, radiant and hopeful, suggests they all follow suit and embrace reconciliation, perhaps a nod to reuniting the fractured bridge dynamic, though Ridge remains on edge, sensing there's more to the story than what's being shared. And indeed, there is, because unbeknownst to Ridge, Liam's deteriorating condition has been the catalyst for Steffi's newfound empathy and outreach to Hope, not some spontaneous philosophical awakening. Ridge's confusion deepens as he observes a chain of decisions made without his input, a development that stings more because it mirrors past instances where Steffi acted autonomously, such as when Eric and Ridge once made critical choices with Carter without her consent. As he grapples with the notion that yet another major move has happened behind his back, Ridge begins to suspect that Steffi's motivations are being hidden from him. Will she tell him the truth about Liam? That remains to be seen, especially since she's already shared that truth with both Hope and Taylor, and asked them to keep Ridge in the dark. Steffi, meanwhile, begins her day at the Cliff House with Finn, tenderly sharing her worry for Liam's test results. Liam soon enters, confirming that his scans show no improvement, his condition is unchanged, edging him closer to the inevitable. Steffi, trying to remain strong, assures him he doesn't need to fake optimism or hide behind stoicism. Liam expresses concern about the emotional weight his diagnosis is placing on everyone, especially their daughters, but Steffi soothes him by revealing that she and Hope have finally made peace, driven by their mutual love for him and the desire to make his remaining time as joyful as possible. Liam, stunned by the olive branch between the two women who have defined so much of his past turmoil, is deeply moved. They've both vowed to set aside their rivalry, Steffi says, to create harmony for the sake of their daughters and Liam's peace of mind. For a brief, quiet moment, Liam allows himself to believe that beauty might emerge from the ashes of his tragic fate. Then Finn receives a text that could alter the trajectory of everything. Dr. Buckingham wants to discuss options, possibly indicating that Liam's situation might not be as hopeless as they feared. Steffi gasps, clinging to the possibility of a miracle. The juxtaposition between hope and despair mirrors the emotional seesaw playing out across the show, especially at Carter's loft, where Hope's confession about her professional reinstatement dovetails into a plea for personal redemption. Her embrace of Carter, her insistence that he's the man she wants, is raw and emotionally unfiltered. But will it be enough to override what Carter believes he knows? And what happens when he finally learns the full truth? Liam is dying, and that Hope's conversation with Liam was part farewell, part compassion, not a rekindled romance. As this plot thickens, another layer unfolds with Daphne Rose's subtle return to the canvas. After comforting Carter in the wake of his heartbreak, she now lingers as a wild card, her earlier prophecy validated, her potential role in Carter's life growing more significant, just as Hope attempts to reclaim her place at his side. Could Daphne's presence complicate Hope's reconciliation with Carter? Will she walk in at the wrong moment and draw the wrong conclusions about Carter's reunion with Hope? Across town, Ridge's increasing suspicion over Steffi's sudden shift may drive him to dig deeper, potentially discovering the truth behind Liam's prognosis. If Steffi's keeping that from him to protect Liam's privacy, it could backfire, sparking a ripple effect that fractures Tridge and rekindles Bridge, especially with Brooke already offering Ridge an olive branch. In true Bold and the Beautiful fashion, every emotional breakthrough is laced with complication, every embrace shadowed by secrets, and every act of forgiveness opens the door to new betrayals. The very foundation of Forrester creation seems to quake under the emotional weight of its key players. From Carter's confrontation to Ridge's confusion, from Brooke's hope to Steffi's fragile peace, the stage is set for more explosive fallout as truths inevitably surface, misunderstandings get clarified too late, and alliances continue to shift in the shadow of Liam's fading heartbeat. All while viewers are left hanging on the edge, wondering who will know the full truth first, who will forgive, who will walk away, and whether Liam's story is truly nearing its end or just preparing for a medical twist that could flip the entire narrative on its head.